Hi, I've got Stuart McAdam from Cinema Addicts with me here today, and he's going to talk about the movie Big in Japan, which was directed by Lachlan McLeod and written and starring David Elliott Jones. Tell us all about it, Stuart.
Yeah, so Big in Japan is a documentary film about David, who's looking to become a big superstar in Japan, and this happens after he hears about the massive demand which Japan has for foreigners who are not from an Asian background that have really made it big in Japan with these different types of brand personas. So there's this one fellow that he meets called Ladybeard, and it's about this male who dresses up in women's clothing, and he's like a wrestler, but he's also this certain type of brand personality, and it's a very fascinating insight. And then there's another African-American star who'd been living in Japan for several years who had also made it incredibly big there, and he is almost like the Japanese equivalent of Terry Crew from the Old Spice ads. And so the big thing that Dave is trying to do is he's trying to create this huge brand persona, and he's trying to land these these acting roles and so on, and really just, you know, explode in the Japanese scene, trying to do all these outrageous things. And the fascinating thing about it is it really goes to show the extent which some people are prepared to go in order to become famous. And Dave realizes at some point what exactly is the difference between being famous with your brand and being famous just as a person.
Hey, that's a fascinating distinction. Well, how many stars would you give this?
I would give it 4.5 stars out of 5.
Wow.
I think it's a fantastic documentary film, and it really sort of exposes the the various insights and ways in which people have gotten big in Japan, and also the things that a lot of the famous people use, like social media, which is absolutely massive. The people that are following these superstars on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and so on is quite phenomenal, and just the way in which these people go about getting it, I think, is quite incredible.
Actually, that's a nice little segue into the fact that you and I are launching an ebook in the next week or so, which is all about how young people, and especially young people in churches, can use social media to promote not only themselves but the messages that they've got, and if I can put it this way, the brand of their church.
Very much so, and it's a great way for people to, I guess, get a little bit more familiar with the various ways in which you can effectively utilise social media for the purpose in which you want to use it.
Well, I've got an offer for you, Stuart, that I'm hoping you can't refuse. For Live On Air and Kiwi Connection, they get the ebook for free for a month or so. Are you willing to do that for Cinema Addicts?
Very much so, absolutely.
Okay, so we'll have more about that, I think, next Monday. See you then.
Excellent.